we're doing SmackDown, but we're doing this live right now because I hit start.
Hi.
Thank you guys so much for joining us this week on the one, the only
Midweek.
That's the only thing he does. He's
got one job.
He does his one job and he does it well. That lovely voice that you heard that just told me to fuck off is the one, the only man, Mike.
Hi, how you doing, Riz?
Did you see this week's midweek?
Riz,
wrestling?
my favorite thing of wrestling this week is a picture of a child with a large golden belt.
Who probably got power bombed later on that day. And also with us, he served his suspension already. The one, the only, Matt Carlins.
Thanks to everybody out on Twitter. Hashtag Free Mainstream Matt. I'm back, baby. Thank you for your support. And Riz, I just want to let you know, I'm sorry, and I learned my lesson.
You can never take my job ever again. Do you hear me? Do you hear me?
Someday it will happen again. Someday. But when? I don't know.
Probably soon. I don't know. And of course we have Antonio Garza, Mr. Wrestling Revolution. How are you doing today, sir?
I'm pretty good. I think I have an addiction. Yesterday I watched 5 hours of New Japan Pro Wrestling's New Beginning show. Today I watched 2 hours of NXT, Lucha Underground, SmackDown, and Ring of Honor.
Jesus fucking Christ.
I think I need to schedule my own.
Yeah, you can start your own podcast, and just from there. That's a lot of wrestling. But also we have a very special guest. Very special guest. It's not that special. It's just Eamon.
Okay.
Eamon, say something.
You sold me some, Riz. I lost all train of thought. No, I'm here because wrestling happened this weekend. Wrestling that I love. Wrestling that I watched. Yeah.
You did. I just love how you're just thinking wrestling that I watched.
Mm-hmm.
And stop.
I totally watched it.
All right. So you know the rules. We know the rules. But if you haven't heard of us, we are from the Sorgatron Media Networks. Man Mike does the movies. I do the video games. Eamon does indie things. Matt does the Mayhem Mania things. You can always check us out on live.sorgatronmedia.com for all your things that you really want to do things.
And Garza's just our boss.
Garza's just our boss. And you can be our boss too. Go to patreon.com/Wrestling Mayhem Show.
Sure.
I don't know. Just search Wrestling Mayhem Show. I'm sure it's there. For 1 cent, 1 penny, you can control our lives.
You can feed a starving child.
Isn't
Or-
that right?
I mean,
Antonio?
that's
Or
true. I am
You
in college
can support your favorite
Yeah.
midweek wrestling podcast. What's it
Isn't
gonna
that right,
be?
Antonio Garza? Isn't that right? But let's go on here. What should we start with?
Let's start with the easiest.
Let's take a look at this baby.
Yeah. This
What?
no one's gonna see my face
look
for
at
the rest of
that
the
little
show
cutie.
because
Look at that little cutie baby.
I know.
Daddy got me a toy.
Look at that cute.
He had, to kill a Canadian, but he got it for me.
He killed a man for that title.
And that baby has not been seen since.
Okay, that's enough.
All right, yeah, that's enough of the baby. So you guys want to talk about the NXT thing?
Yeah.
Well, no.
No,
What?
are we saving that to the end?
Yes!
Oh, you're teasing
We're
me.
opening
we're
with
teasing
tag
you
team
guys.
turmoil.
Oh, God
Yes,
damn
we
it.
got the tag team turmoil of Eamon, at Eamon2 please, by the way, and
for fuck's sake.
02K himself, Antonio Garza, the Tex-Mex
Express.
Tex-Mex
Express.
Express. Tex-Mex Express. So, guys, this is the first time we've done this. Probably the last time. What are your one words for SmackDown?
I'm going to clarify that this is one word. Da fuck.
It is spelled. It is spelled
D-A-F-U-C-K.
No, F-U-Q.
DAFUQ.
Whatever. Da fuck. My word is da fuck.
And now you tag in Antonio. Antonio, what is your one word?
My word is gauntlet, because that wasn't a turmoil, that was a fucking gauntlet.
Yeah. Let's be real here. That shit was. Yeah.
I'm loving the Tex-Mex Express already.
All right. Who on this tag team wants to do a good thing for SmackDown?
Who wants to look strong is basically
Oh my
what we're
God.
asking.
Who wants to tag in?
Well, I think Eamon's the workhorse and Garza will be the hot tag.
Well, can we
Who
each
wants
do
to be
like
Ricky Morton?
Oh, you guys want to
So
do
we
both?
because we've
Let's
never
do-
done tag team before.
Yeah, let's
Like
do
I
that.
feel like we should each do a good.
Yeah, let's each do. You two can do a good.
All right, you can each get your fire.
I'll take the not so easy ones and give my tag team partner kind of a softball. Bray Wyatt hit a good clothesline on R-Truth. That made him spit, and that was cool. That was a cool thing.
This is for getting all the heat from that time I did that thing
Tonio,
and
your turn.
stopped the show.
My good. The return of Slater Gator, baby!
I missed it again.
Woo! Gator!
But that was interesting for about a minute.
Slater got his hair cut, huh?
Slater did get his haircut. And it's weird because
It might have been Sting or not.
when he walks
last
out through the curtain, it looks like he has his long hair still. Like from the way he if you just look at the front of him, like you wouldn't expect that on the fact there's nothing. So yeah, that's cool too. I guess.
Wyatt's clothesline and Slater's hair. Good night, everybody.
So hey, guys, from the list, we have to do this. What is your bad? Both of you get one. Make it good. Make it bad.
My bad, and being somebody that does this for a somewhat semi-profession in professional wrestling, the commentary. I really thought it would be better than Raw because of the fact that it is taped. It's not. It's actually worse. It really is.
Who's this it you're talking about? Just say it.
Jerry Lawler,
There we go.
well, not even Jerry Lawler, but like Michael Cole's not great either. But like
Poor
it's
Byron
bad.
Saxton.
It's bad, and poor Byron Saxton, who's actually trying hard and who's actually trying to get people over, and then fucking gets demeaned for it, blistered on commentary, and gets insulted because he does research. It is like during the Fandango Adam Rose match, I swear I thought Byron Saxton was going to choke them the fuck out. He sounded so pissed.
Matt Striker got fired for knowing that much, so there you go.
Yeah.
Well, there were probably other reasons, Smith.
Yeah, Tom Phillips got bumped off of
Yeah,
SmackDown because he remembered something from 2 months ago. It's so ridiculous.
It's okay, Eamon.
I'm sorry, but
Garza.
that's my bad.
Eamon,
Garza,
Eamon,
please,
Eamon,
please
who in wrestling references something that happened 2 months ago to the day yesterday? No one does that.
I have no clue.
No one does that.
Stumped.
Antonio Garza, hot tag.
Attack. My bad. Big Show hitting Kane. Really, I cannot take the 34th turn on Big Show. I cannot turn the 17th on Kane. I cannot take another Big Show Kane feud. No. No, 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 no. Please don't. Please don't. So
This is
Maybe it'll be
What if
different
they
this
had-
time.
What
actually,
if they had a loser leaves wrestling match?
for the first time, I really hope they don't actually remember what happened on SmackDown on next week.
If they have a loser leaves wrestling match, it needs to end in 5 seconds with Big Show hitting the knockout punch, but then it reeling back and hitting himself in the face, and it's a double TKO.
I'll give you this. You can make it a loser leaves down. I'll go the 60-minute tie, the 60-minute draw. Just
Have that
No,
one
but,
match.
no, but then no one loses.
Have that one match on Raw that they had in like 2006 where they decided to chain wrestle for no fucking reason.
Hey, that was really good though.
All right, guys.
That was some good stuff.
Last one, Garza, you're up first. What is the one thing you would change?
I can only change one
besides,
thing.
besides everything. Moving on.
Being that the gauntlet was already like 45 minutes long, just give me 5 more minutes and put the Masters of the Universe against Daniel Bryan, and I'm a happy man.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I
Yeah,
ask.
where were they at?
Abu Dhabi.
Everybody's in Abu Dhabi.
Everybody's in Abu Dhabi.
Except Darren Young. He wasn't on this show.
Oh, Darren.
No, he was.
Darren
He was a
Young-
rosebud. He was a rosebud.
Oh no.
Hey,
Darren
He was the
Young had to
he was
not
the
be
Minecraft
on.
rosebud. Let's be honest.
So I think I know the answer. Would you recommend this episode?
Well,
do I
wait,
get to say my change?
Eamon
Oh
doesn't
no,
get to, yeah.
no, you don't.
Oh, I don't? Okay.
Go ahead.
It's kind of the
Right.
same thing to how to fix the gauntlet / tag team turmoil match. Just take the one good part that was in the match, which was the Usos section of it. Just have Daniel Bryan and Roman Reigns against the Usos and tell that story that you told in the turmoil match. So you're not so you have a good match that can establish all the things you want to establish, and you don't burn out the crowd. And maybe they'll be into it. That's
Okay.
what I would change.
The only thing I'd say about this is you had it was an off week.
I literally asked the people on the show, because I don't watch SmackDown. I asked them, like, is this how it normally is, besides, like, the fact that there's no wrestlers and that there's an hour-long match? And they were like, yeah, it is. It's
So now the question is, would you recommend this show this week? To
I
somebody?
I would definitely recommend the tag team gauntlet. It was really good storytelling.
Mm-hmm. And Eamon.
yes, as a sleep aid.
Wow. So we have dissension in the
I'm sorry.
Express there.
I'm sorry. I didn't think I was
Were
going
you
to
breaking this up?
Garza and Eamon are tag team partners who hate each
I
other.
didn't think I was going to get through it. I really didn't.
So that you know what that
Something really
means.
quick.
They're going to
I
be
just
tag
want
team
to say something really
champions.
quick for
Yeah.
SmackDown. John Cena needs to stop referring himself as old man. That's not good for business.
Old man
that's a good point.
Cena.
And it offends me when John
So-
Cena calls himself an old man.
Speaking of old men,
Yeah.
Matt Carlins, I believe
Hi.
you, sir, have gotten the Lucha today.
I won the prize. I won the Lucha prize.
You did. So, what is your Uno word?
Una palabra.
Uno palabra es
That.
eye patch.
Yes.
That is one word.
Big Rick went to confession and smoked a cigar during confession, and then informed us that he would be going Old Testament on the crew. I know someone here hates the crew, so someone's gonna really love that part.
That'd be me.
That'd be you.
I'm
How
super
excited are you
excited.
to see Pirate Big Rick take
No,
out the crew?
no.
Go
Matt
full
Carl,
Testament.
this is not Pirate Big Rick. This is Rick Fury, agent of Lucha.
It's
Can,
Captain Rick.
can I just say,
And I want confirmation. That is from the man himself because he responded to my tweet, #Rick Fury, and I
He
said
did.
yes.
can
Okay.
I just say that the way Big Rick is, and especially the segment from this week, didn't you guys just wish that this is how they did the New Day?
Yes.
Like, they were just like these, especially like Big E. Like Big E would fit that role so well.
Mm-hmm.
I still think they have a chance to turn the New Day around like that, though.
I think soon there's gonna be that change into something. Whether
I.e.,
it's
after
that-
Black History Month.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But that's another show. So Matt Carlins.
Usually not until after Mania.
Matt Carlins.
Yes, sir.
What is your bueno?
Well, I think my bueno has to be Alberto El Patron showing up. And help me out, Tonio. Did I do that all right? Stryker tried to say his name like super.
Oh, he tried to say everybody's name super Mexican.
See, he did try to say his name super Mexican. It sounded weird. Anyway, Alberto came out at the end for the first time on Lucha Underground, for the first time in the temple, and proceeded to just lay fire out everywhere, talking about getting stabbed in the back, talking about some past work environment, I guess an old job that he used to had. There was some racism in the workplace at an old job that he used to have. And he seemed very bitter about that. Very pointed remarks.
I thought it was well done. Like, it wasn't like super catty.
No, it wasn't, and he never said it, and he did commit the worst sin of all when you're in another wrestling organization, which is like name dropping WWE, which he never did, which was a good thing.
Yeah, it was a step below X-Pac the night after WrestleMania 14.
Yeah.
It was a step below that, but it was
Which was a step in the right direction. So,
Right.
did you like when also during the little vignette at the very beginning of the show when he's sitting in Dario's office and he's like, "That's a very nice key. What does it open?" And Dario basically no-sells his question and just goes on to something
I
else.
love that part.
Brilliant.
Like, I was sitting there, I'm like, did I as I was watching it on, well, I'm just going to point it out. I was watching it during the main event. But, like, that part, I had to go back because I thought I missed something.
Mm-hmm.
I was looking back,
Yeah,
I was
no.
like, did he say why he had a key?
No,
When it
no,
opened?
he just no-sold it.
Okay.
He just no-sold
No.
completely. He's like, what
No.
key? What?
Didn't even say what key, just like, so what can I do
key.
for you, Alberto?
So,
Oh, man.
Mr. Carlos.
Although I wish the I wish the announcers had said which title that was.
They did. They said it was the AAA belt.
Oh, I didn't even hear him
Yeah,
say
he
it.
was
Okay.
the AAA champion, yeah.
Triple A.
Triple A.
Triple A.
I think it's worth noting that I think Alberto is the first wrestler in many, many years to be not only in 2 different promotions at the same time, but in 3 different televised shows.
Oh, yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
He's getting a lot of work.
I'm glad.
So, Matthew Carlins.
Can I throw out a quick bonus good thing? A bonus bueno? Uno más bueno? Pentagon
Sure.
Jr. breaking arms.
Oh.
It's awesome. I hope they don't run out of
Snapping
jobbers.
Oh no.
I
He's
love
gonna-
Pentagon Jr.
Who's
He's
going to be
gonna
next?
break- He's gonna break Pimpanella's arm, isn't he?
No, that little kid from South Africa, that's the one he's getting next. The skinny guy with the
Angelico? No.
Moto X uniform. He's getting him.
Angelico? Yeah.
There's Superfly. You can take out Superfly.
Oh, yeah, Superfly. You're right, Superfly.
No, well, no. If we're gonna be real here, he's going for El Mariachi Loco.
Damon, don't you dare! That man works for tips!
I don't want it to happen. But I'm just saying.
I swear,
Yeah, Carl.
I want one of these matches where the guy who beats El Mariachi Loco to just slip him $5 after he wins.
Oh god.
Macarons,
tip your
please,
opponent.
please. What is your malo?
Well, as always, it's hard to find something to complain about on Lucha Underground, but I think maybe it was a bad creative choice to have Mil Muertes choking Katrina to the point where he was lifting her off the floor. Now, me personally, I like it when Lucha Underground shocks me with stuff like that.
Okay.
You
Alright.
chose the
I love
wrong
the
point
violence
to
against
pause.
women on Lucha
And I was
Underground.
gonna-
It's my favorite
we were about
part.
I was
We're about
going
to
to end the
contact Jim
show
Carlin.
right there.
And make sure she's okay.
I was
Oh
going
my
to end the
god.
show and call the cops at the same time.
No. We talk about this a lot, that Lucha Underground is good at finding ways to shock you, whether it's with a little bit of blood or just Pentagon Jr. breaks somebody's arm, that they'll find ways to shock you. But I think if you're looking for some way to shock somebody, that seriously, choking a woman to the point where you're lifting her off the ground,
But
not good
apparently,
luck.
Matt,
Katarina doesn't feel it.
Apparently,
Matt.
she didn't seem to mind, but
I'm pretty sure that was just their homage for 50 tonos de gris.
I don't know what you meant.
15 something.
50 Shades
Oh,
of
50
Oh, okay. I was like 15. Oh, shit. That's the numbers.
And now, Matt,
Yes, sir.
what is your cambio?
For my cameo this week, I wanted to talk about the announce team, our favorite top.
Of course.
God,
I really don't think
Brother.
silence, brother, be quiet so I can talk about this. I'm not as down on Vampiro as like the rest of the free world, but it's really not a good look when Vampiro's confusing Ricky Mandel with Rick Martel. I'm sure he did it on
I'm
purpose.
sorry.
Oh, that's
but
your
I'm
word?
sorry.
I'm sorry.
That's
I like that
Listen
part.
to me.
that's the part you don't like about Vampiro. I didn't like the part where he's like, Katarina's making me hard right now. That's the part I didn't like.
Like,
Well,
I
this is
really
a
want to
conversation
tell her
about,
what I
like,
feel.
Where Stryker's like, this might make me sound like might make you sound like a pervert if you say something like this. And Vampiro's like, well, I guess I'll sound like a pervert then and just say that.
Yeah, it's
Like, at the end, it was like, the one thing I heard that will stick in my mind from this episode is Vampiro going, I just want to tell her how I feel. I'm like, what? It's just creepy. He's a creepy,
just to
creepy old man.
He does do that a lot, though. He's always like, "Oh, look at her." And just to be equal opportunity, Matt Stryker, lose the hat. I never want to see it again.
Yes.
I didn't get the trucker hat at all.
He didn't have the hat until like the last segment for no reason.
Somebody dumped something on his head, I assume. I don't know what happened.
So, Mr. Carlins,
Yes.
super genius.
Uh-huh.
Oh, not the wrestling genius, by the way, just the mainstream genius. Would you recommend this?
Of course I'd recommend it. To my friends and my enemies. It's fantastic. I didn't even get that chance to talk about Son of Havoc versus Johnny Mundo, and that was a good match too. So.
That was really good too. Yeah. So,
Good matches this week.
Guys,
There's a time.
this is gonna be a.
Oh wait,
really
Matt Carlins.
long.
Matt Carlins, did you give your one word for Lucha?
Yes, it was eye
Yes.
patch.
Oh yeah,
I
that's
thought-
right.
Oh yeah.
I wanted to make sure I forgot.
So,
Rick Fury.
something else happened, didn't it? The same day.
Yeah, I did.
Same exact day as
Lockdown!
Lucha.
Lockdown! We're gonna talk about Lockdown!
Mute him. Mute him now.
That happened Friday.
It was like, we're not going to talk about that.
We're not going to talk about that. You have been muted. And to be fair, this is your part, by the way.
Yeah, I called dibs on this. I just wanted to make a
You
joke.
did, but we're gonna Do you mind if we all share things in this one?
I guess, but I go first.
Perfect. You do go first because it is yours. So, and you're the only one who gives one word. How about that?
Ooh.
I'll let you get the one word. What is your one word for NXT? And it's not rival.
No.
Stole mine.
All right, my one word. KO.
Yeah, it counts.
Yeah, okay.
The term
KAYO.
Okay,
Yeah, but the term
okay.
knockout. The term knockout's one word too. So.
Knockout. Knockout.
Yeah, I know, but
Alright.
that's a video game term.
Yeah, I
Yes,
know.
you should know that.
I do know that. Wait.
Yes.
Anyways, holy
Riz
fuck,
off.
guys.
Ah,
Wow. Dude.
so
Like,
good.
it's so good. I mean, granted, there were some, shitty parts, but we're going to talk about the good first. Mad Mike, I'll let you go first,
Mm-hmm.
since you won the coin toss. What is your good for this wonderful show?
Maybe my favorite match I've seen on any NXT special, that 4-way women's title match.
Mhm.
Holy shit. Like, even Becky Lynch brought it.
That was
And
Becky's
I didn't
best
even
performance.
I didn't even think Becky Lynch had it to bring. But she brought it. Bayley did a sliding dropkick over the apron.
Oh, Sami Zayn.
We're introduced to the crippler boss face.
Oh.
Just so many things. And plus, the finish was fucking smart.
Mhm.
It was a smart finish. And we don't see that very often. And when we do, it's so much fun.
It is.
And it was
Matt
unexpected
Carl-
too. Or sorry, I just want to say it was unexpected too because of the aspect
was.
of like it being a fatal 4-way. I know a lot of people are like, oh, so they're gonna have Charlotte lose the belt without her getting beat to make her still look, strong, I guess. But she was the one that took the pin,
And
She
clean.
was.
and she didn't get a lot of offense in the
Uh,
match either. So like,
Mhm.
Oh, and also that double knee strike where Sasha stacked up Charlotte and Becky.
Oh yeah, that was nice.
That was fantastic.
It was
I love
so
like
good.
little details in the match too, like when they when Becky and Sasha throw Charlotte into the front of the ring and it knocks out the LED board for a few minutes.
which apparently a Kevin Owens apron powerbomb doesn't do.
Nope.
Well,
Okay.
he hit the top of the apron and she
Yeah,
ran
fair.
into it.
He
So,
hit
That's
it
fair.
right on the nose.
yeah, you gotta hit it right in the sweet spot. So
Right on the sweet.
Oh my god.
I don't know.
Matt Carlins, please.
You know what would be funny? Owen's powerbombing people onto the apron because he's frustrated that he can't get it right just perfect to make the LED board go out. Damn
Well,
it.
no, because he will eventually just swing motherfuckers like Cesaro into the LED board. I'm not seeing that happening.
I can't find it! Alright.
Matt.
He wants to be like
What?
Fonzie.
Matt.
What?
Matthew.
What?
Bartholomew. What is
Yes,
your one good
Christopher.
thing?
My one singular good thing is
The only good thing.
the only good thing about this entire show. that Sami Zayn, whatever that springboard flippy thing he did, where he lands on Owens, falls backwards, appears to slam his head on the ramp. I assume he didn't,
Oh,
but
the,
maybe he. I don't know.
I was gonna say the
but,
Acai moonsault.
Acai.
Yeah, Acai.
Well, he doesn't quite do it like Ultimo Dragon did, so I didn't know if I was allowed to call it that or not. But
Well,
hey,
Ultimo Dragon's
he's a-
real name is Acai, so.
I know it's acai, but he never did it like that, Mike.
Okay.
But if
no
anyone's going
yelling.
to call it an
No
acai
yelling.
moonsault, and he is a professional wrestling announcer, I will go with Sami Zayn did his acai moonsault onto Kevin Owens, tumbled backwards, and appeared to slam his head against the ramp, at which point I freaked out because I thought Sami Zayn had really bonked his head and was really concussed. And then the whole thing just keeps going on and on until I'm left just to accept the fact that you got worked, bro. Sami Zayn did it again. He tricked you into thinking that you were watching a real thing, and you forgot you were watching professional wrestling again. That's fucking Sami Zayn. Tricking me into thinking that it's real on a nightly goddamn basis. That's Sami Zayn.
And that's why he's in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Is almost all of your picks.
It's all Zayn and women. Doing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Zayn
for something that you're doing. We're not going to discuss that later. We're going to discuss that. You're going to discuss that in your mainstreammat.blogspot.com in a little bit. Antonio Garza, sir, what is your one good thing?
My one good thing is that Bull Dempsey is now 0-3, and hopefully that means it's over.
I will get into that one later.
I can't wait till Bull Dempsey evolves into Kevin Owens.
Oh god.
It's like Magikarp, right?
Yes.
It's like Magikarp.
He gained
all he knows is Splash.
He gained a little less of a revealing singlet.
Mm-hmm. Oh, so Eamon, you're on this show because you wanted to talk about
I specifically requested to be on this week because of NXT.
You specifically asked to be on the Midweek War just so you can talk about this show.
Yes.
That's why we made him do SmackDown.
So.
Because you guys are my best friends.
You gotta pay your dues.
No,
gotta pay your dues.
You're lying about that one, David. So what is your one good thing?
Just so I don't kind of take the obvious one, and it's going to be in contrast to my worst for SmackDown, the commentary.
Fuck.
The commentary was really good.
Fuck. You son of a bitch.
Rich Brennan really knows what he's doing, and you can tell. So, like, listen to his stuff. It's really, really good. But Corey Graves, I was super impressed with Corey Graves.
That was going to be my one good thing. Corey Graves has improved.
He's improved, but also he gets it. Like, he gets what it takes. I love the fact that he kind of sometimes is taking the heel route now that Albert's there. Not always, though. But I love, him having issues with Becky Lynch. Like, he'll call out Becky Lynch for being like, she's a poser. She's not really, into metal or anything.
Oh, my God.
Like, I love that.
This commentary team is their sweet spot.
Yeah.
Like, I know they still like to do the rotation, but this commentary team is their sweet spot.
Albert still needs a little bit of work. I don't think he's perfect yet. He's not bad, but he's
He's
not
no Alex
perfect.
Riley.
Oh God, thank God. But no, I loved it. They get the point that these are matches where the point is to tell a story. It's not to take the side of one guy or the other, and it's not to get yourselves over, and it's not to do any of that. It's to aid in telling the story, and they really did that, and I really, really appreciate the commentary team.
All right, that sounds because you actually took the exact words out of my mouth. Because I was gonna say Corey Graves was my good thing.
So Riz, what's your other good thing?
My other good thing.
And it can't be that Tyler Breeze came out with that selfie stick.
Selfie stick?
Oh.
Okay.
Or that a groupie jumped out of the crowd and ran up to him?
No. But for me, in a pay-per-view or in a thing called Rivals, I enjoyed the fact that every match was a clean.
Oh!
Great.
Well, that's interesting.
I can predict that.
You know what else?
Clean
You know what else was good on NXT? That Solomon Crow.
That Solomon Crow, though.
Baby.
A group of crows is called a hacker.
Oh, brother.
Did Tonio get to do his good thing yet?
No, Tonio, maybe in lieu of Riz being gone.
I did the Bull Dempsey. That's my good thing.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
That's right. Well done.
He's gone forever.
Well, Riz is gone, so I guess I'll take over the hosting duties for a few minutes. Huh?
I don't know how we're gonna. I also don't know how we're gonna end this show.
Oh, that's a good point. Well,
no, it's okay.
We're good. Mad Mike.
Yes.
What was your bad thing for NXT Takeover Rival?
My bad thing. Oh, that's a tough call because there was a lot of really good stuff on this show. I wanted the no DQ match to be a no DQ match.
Yep.
Like I wanted.
No nonsense. Son of a bitch.
Damn it! He's back.
Riz, do you want to finish yours real quick?
No, I was just gonna say that there were no funny business in this. There was none. And every match was a good finish. Like we kind of figured it wasn't going to be a pinfall for the Zayn and Owens match.
So they didn't cop out.
But they didn't go, okay, we're just gonna, power bomb him and do like a
Eat, sleep,
heel
powerbomb,
move.
repeat. Eat, sleep,
Yeah.
powerbomb.
That's the thing.
Or just do a heel move and pull the tights or something like that.
Foot on the
That's
ropes.
not Kevin
Well,
Owens.
and that wouldn't make sense.
Yeah, but Kevin Owens' character made that perfectly Kevin Owens-ish.
The reaction when I was watching it with a bunch of others was once the ref raises Owens' hand, we're like, oh shit, they're going to say that Owens wins, but Zayn keeps the belt. And then they give the belt to Owens, and we're like, that's how it should be done because it's a TKO.
Exactly.
Yeah, no, I didn't think that at all. I thought the only reason Kevin Owens stopped was because the ref was saying, you won, stop it.
Yeah, well, but WWE's always flaky with that. They win, but they don't get the title,
Mm.
I think that was perfect. And just to not go on a tangent, but I didn't hate Kevin Steen on the Indies, but I wasn't the biggest fan of him.
I wasn't either.
Mainly because I think the reason is because that he was for most of his run he was a heel technically, but he never got heel heat. He always was the guy everyone loved and they all cheered for because Ring of Honor fans cheer for fucking everyone. He actually got heel heat out of this. And he's been getting heel heat since he came in.
I don't know.
He knows how to work it, though. He knows how to work it.
Yes, he does. But there were points when Owens was beating the hell out of Zayn, and the crowd was going, kill Owens, kill. Kill Owens, kill.
There were.
Yeah, but there
were also women in the crowd crying with their mascara running.
Yeah. Big props to the reaction finding guys. Because they found some really good reactions.
So,
and I feel like those are genuine reactions.
Those were.
I
don't think there were plans or anything. I think those were real reactions.
And I think the biggest thing out of this is that Kevin Owens looks like a son of a bitch.
He does.
He fucking murdered his best friend and he doesn't even care.
No.
That post-show interview, he's like, don't even talk to me about Zayn. Talk to me about me.
Where it looks like
he's like, are you here to rain on my parade?
Looks like he's just waiting for an ice cream cone and just sitting in a park bench. Anyways, so were you guys in the middle of something after I got cut off?
Mike was giving his bad.
Okay,
yeah.
Mike, was? Please inform me on your bad. Official.
As I was saying before you came back in, I wanted the no DQ match to be a no DQ match. Because I've been one of the biggest proponents for the Ronco Bull Dempsey feud. I wanted to see it, and it's almost like as soon as this feud started, Kevin Owens debuted, and they realize, oh wait, we have a much better version of Bull Dempsey. We don't need Bull Dempsey anymore. Like, Baron Corbin literally used him as an ottoman at the end of this match. And unless he comes out with a new gimmick as Otto Man, the bus driver from The Simpsons, he's done. He's essentially done.
He
Put a
needs
mask
best-
on him, have him be Fat Kalisto. I don't care. at
Not
this
only
point.
that, you don't do any weapon stuff in the no DQ match when the referee is Drake goddamn Younger.
Yeah.
There was symbolism there.
Like the only weapon spot was Bull Dempsey coming into the ring with a chair, missing and getting hit with a finisher to end the match.
I thought it was funny that there was a point in the match where Dempsey does look underneath the ring, but appears to not find anything. So, like, in my mind, in like my imagination now, NXT is a place where like ladders and tables and kendo sticks and sledgehammers and things are not to be found underneath the ring. And they look underneath there, and Dempsey's like, where's all the plunder? Where are the weapons? There's nothing here. What do I do now?
All right, so
I was the first one to the bat.
Matthew,
Yes.
Mr. Carlin's. What's
Yes.
your one bad thing?
Jesus. You know, I still can't tell the tag team champions apart.
I can. I can tell them
They have
apart.
their names on their
Buddy.
tights, though.
Buddy Murphy and
Wesley Blake.
Real life
Ronnie
cowboy
Landau-
Wesley Blake.
Wesley Blake. Okay, I
He's a
get
real life cowboy. But
Wes.
if you look at them just straight look at their faces, you can tell the difference. But in a wrestling match, you can't.
They need to and I'm getting into a change thing. I don't want to waste it.
Okay.
I can't tell them apart, Riz.
You can't. So, Tonio, what's your one bad thing, sir?
Oh man, it's hard. I guess I'm gonna go
We
with
did
it.
take most of it.
Yeah. I guess I'm gonna go with Sin Cara, who's just like not into the match, and the announcers even pointed out it's just like half-assing everything. So
Yeah, like the one point in the match where he hits that. I think it was the one where he hits the powerbomb move, and after a while he just stands there waiting for. Waiting there, waiting for the guy to tag in.
Yeah.
And just stands there and then tags Kalisto in. It was like,
That match broke
Go,
down
buddy.
really fast.
you know what? I actually do have something even worse for me.
oh,
I'm gonna go back to what I said for our evolution. Finn Balor, lose the Predator hair. It looks terrible.
Oh no.
no,
That hair looks terrible.
no.
I like that.
And for me, hopefully I won't get cut off this time.
By the way, I'm pretty sure you getting cut off was just Solomon Crow saying that you didn't say
okay.
he was your good thing.
You know, my bad thing. No, that's more of what I want to change. Oh man, fuck. You guys picked all the good ones. I guess that even Kalisto was kind of off on some sort of botch fest for some reason. But even though I say that's a bad thing, at the end, one of those guys redeemed themselves, kind of. Like, Sin Cara was just bleh. But Kalisto did improve during that match. But he was still bad during the beginning of that match.
I think I feel like the first spots threw him a bit.
Yeah.
And I think everything just kind of fell from there.
And,
I thought they closed the match pretty strong.
yeah, they closed the match strong. But the beginning of the match kind of fell apart. And they had to glue it all together with doing the spots over again and trying new things and pretending things happened when, they clearly didn't.
Yeah,
But
I felt
again,
bad for them.
Yeah, I feel bad for the Lucha Dragons because they were a good tag team, and I hope Kalisto is still Kalisto. I hope it is. I don't want them to change, but I just hope I don't want him to go away because he's a great wrestler. I've seen him wrestle in Indies. I've seen him wrestle in NXT. I want more of that.
Mm-hmm.
But anyways, Mad Mike.
Oh,
Yes.
I didn't get my bad.
Oh, you didn't?
I
Oh,
did not.
Heyman. Sorry, buddy.
Yeah,
Sorry,
it's okay.
little man.
Um,
Dude, what's your
So-
one bad thing?
Going to that tag team match, to the Dubstep Cowboys, I love that you're keeping with your gimmick. But please change your Titantron. That's like, it was like painful. It was literally like physically painful to watch. You can be Dubstep and just tone it down a little bit.
It's the fighting seizure robots of NXT.
It is. There was so much strobe. It was not even funny.
Oh, man. Yeah. It was a weird show when the only thing we can say that was bad was the guy's Titantron. So, Mad Mike,
Yes.
last thing we'll do before we head on out and decide the winners of this thing. What is your one thing you would change?
Well, I mean, selfishly, I would have had Bailey win.
Of course.
Selfishly, I am also okay with Sasha winning, but I think I would have had Bailey win.
Okay.
But I wouldn't. I would have had Bailey win by beating not Charlotte. Like I don't mind that Charlotte took the loss because honestly, the only one I would have been okay with pinning Charlotte is Sasha.
Mm-hmm.
If Becky or Bailey would have won, I wouldn't have wanted them to pin Charlotte to win that match because
What if
then
they
it still
did?
gives-
Well, because one of the sort of end your finishers was Bailey doing the Bailey to belly off the top, and then Sasha trying to steal the pin.
Mhm.
What if, say that happened with Becky,
Oh, I would have been totally cool with that.
I'll be
yeah.
okay with that.
I would have been totally. In fact, I thought that was going to be the finish.
Mhm.
I thought that was going to be the finish because usually you hit your finish off the top rope. That's it. Game over. But yeah,
But
selfishly
if
I
it
would have
wasn't,
had.
it basically was. So,
Yeah, selfishly I would have had Bailey win the belt just
Yeah.
because I want to see Bailey with that title.
Okay. Matt Carlin's my tag team partner.
Yes. I would not have had the announcers acknowledge the Solomon Crow Interruptus video. Like the week prior, it just kind of happened, and you were left to wonder what had happened. And I thought it was kind of a cool vibe where only the viewer was actually seeing that, and it was kind of a shift in.
I will say,
perspective.
in defense, I think this one was more specific. This one was something's
Plus
coming next
Well,
week.
the way
This
I
was
looked at
also
it,
live.
the way I
It
looked
is
at
also live, but I mean, I think, at least from my perspective, what you're almost creating is that is he hacking, the video feed in the arena, or is he hacking the network? Because if he's hacking the network, then no one in the arena would be the wiser until after the fact, or if someone told him later in the show that if Rich Brennan mentioned after the following match, he was like, "Oh, we're sorry about that interruption earlier in the broadcast. Hopefully, we'll get an answer about it next week." And then but I think. I kind of like the vibe of it being something that only the viewer saw, and that the rest of the arena.
So if they did it, because I think it was after the tag title match, if I'm right.
Yeah.
If they did it maybe during the entrances or something, and then they mentioned it afterwards.
See,
You know what I mean?
I thought that was a
kinda.
distinct difference, though. I thought last week he was hacking the network feed, and this week he hacked the Titantron.
Did he have Titantron?
See, maybe. See, I didn't know what it didn't really show if something went on the Titantron or not.
Because I'm not positive, but I don't think the NXT audience gets the backstage stuff. I may be wrong about that.
Yeah, I'd assume that the NXT audience would have seen it anyways. And just speaking from kind of a reality kind of perspective, and I know wrestling announcing is different from what you would think of as a real sporting event announcing, but I don't think you would come off of something like that and be and react in that way where you're oh, what is this? Oh, we're gonna have to find out next week. I think either way you would either try to ignore it and move on, or you would try to. So I think just kind of. Just it's a minor tweak, but it's just the way I would have done it.
Okay. Since I skipped you, I'll go to you, Eamon.
The one thing I would change. God, that's a tough one. I would say, like Mike said, make the match an actual DQ match. Have them hit each other with chairs a bit. Do the end of days finish on the chair. That. I think that would have worked out a lot better for that matchup. It would have been something that I would have remembered a bit more.
You honestly, you would not remember that match.
No, I just remember headbutt and then end of days.
I wonder if they're even ready for that kind of stuff, which makes it even the weirder that they made it a no DQ match, because I don't know how long Ron Cohen, obviously Bull's been around for a while, but I mean, are they ready to do, stuff through tables and stuff on chairs? I mean, I guess.
I think they're ready.
I guess no one's ready. Who knows?
They're never ready for that.
That's funny.
How do you learn to fall off a 20-foot ladder?
What ladder? You don't! God damn it!
Actually, as someone who has fallen off a ladder recently, I took a bump.
I was going to say, there is a way to fall off a ladder.
You can learn how to fall off a ladder.
There's
you
actually
can learn this.
Yeah, there's a way it's
okay.
Just
do
not
Ric Flair, kind of take it on the hip a little bit.
Oh God.
Antonio Garza, sir.
What I would change is kind of similar to what Eamon was saying. I would have completely cut the tag team match just because we got it for 2 weeks consecutive already, and just give it more time to the DQ match, and actually let them go longer. I don't know if they're good enough to go longer, but I mean it's Raw. They can.
Or even maybe even give a little more time to Tommy and Breeze, which is really good, but yeah.
That one was out of left field, but I loved it.
By the way, are they not doing anything with Marcus Louis anymore?
I think they are.
I was gonna get. You know what?
Was that gonna be your one thing?
That's my one thing I would change. I would have had somewhere in there, in that Tyler Breeze match, Marcus Louis creepily staring at something that we don't know. Well, it's probably Tyler Breeze.
They should have him eventually poking his head out as Tyler's taking the selfie.
Yeah,
like he's kind of photobombing it.
Like a Where's Waldo of a selfie photo.
Well, the way I would book it is because the other thing about that match is that during Tyler Breeze's entrance, we got a fan jump the rails and try to hug Tyler, who's totally not a developmental diva.
No, not at all.
Well, I know it wasn't one developmental diva. Which one was it?
It was the. Remember the Like a Girl video that everyone was like, "Who's the blonde chick?"
Ah, I gotcha. Okay.
Dana Brooke.
Okay.
I would love the fact continue the Marcus Louis storyline through there, of extend upon the fact not only is he ugly and disgusting, but he's never been loved. Make him into a little.
Nobody has ever hugged him before like that.
Eamon, since this is the first time we've had you on talking about NXT, we've all given our thought. Yeah, but in a while. Where do you want the Marcus Louis thing to go? Because we've all given our opinions on it.
It's difficult. I feel like WWE has been kind of always weird about those kind of this guy's a gross loser kind of thing.
See Kane.
See Kane, see Festus, see multiple others.
Snitsky?
Festus was
Bastion
more
Booger.
sling blade.
This
Sling
was
blade.
beautiful.
Yeah, but he also had like a mental disability and was kind of like.
Sling blade had a mental disorder.
Well, yeah, but and also you know what I mean though.
Yeah, I know.
But
Like,
going off of what I saw at Takeover, that's kind of how I want to do it though. Is basically play up a thing with Dana and Marcus Louis. I don't think Sylvester Laforte's going to be around very long, so I don't see it going into a Legionnaires direction, which is good. It's weird because I think it could be a really fun storyline to do with him and Tyler, but I really find it weird that if they do it, that Tyler would be out of like the main event-esque kind of scene, because I think he deserves to be in that scene. I don't know. It's weird. I hope they just don't put him in a feud against a random guy that's like on his level, like a CJ Parker or something.
yeah,
As long as Owens is champion, Brace is gonna be outside the main event scene for a while either way.
That's true. I think that I just want Breeze to be kind of in that same, in that kind of level. You know what I mean?
No, he is, but he's not going to be there though, and that's the thing that we were talking about before the show. Like I think we talked about it yesterday during the show, during the broadcast of Takeover, was that I think Mad Mike, you brought up the point of bringing in a secondary title.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think they need a secondary title, because I think that tag team titles are their secondary title.
Yeah.
And they're building up something. They're building up storylines. They're building up this. They're trying to do something with it.
I think it couldn't. The only reason I brought up a secondary title for NXT is because when they do the tapings, like when you get to that last and second to last show of tapings, you've pretty much built up your world title feud as much as you can. You've pretty much built up your women's title feud as much as you can. And the rest, you just get a bunch of random matches.
Mm-hmm.
I would even say, I would
Like,
even contend with Riz that the women's title is kind of like the secondary title. Like it's kind of like the Intercontinental title.
Well, only
Not really, because over 80% of their roster can't compete for it.
That's true, but I feel like it gets a focus.
It gets more focused because it is the only other singles title in NXT.
Yeah. I don't know if I do. Or go ahead, Tony.
No, I was gonna say that. I mean, I think the women's title, it's at the same level as the guys' title.
Yeah.
I'm actually surprised they're not main eventing NXT.
They've
done it before.
Mm-hmm.
I won't super spoil anything. A women's match.
Stop right now.
A women's match main event's an upcoming show. That's all I'm saying. A women's match will main event.
You were seconds away.
Oh, but that's not what he was saying.
You were seconds away from getting kicked off the show.
Too
All
much
right,
has
so-
already gotten out.
Okay.
Guys, let's wrap this up here. Did everybody go for the?
Oh, yeah, should we watch NXT this week? Yes.
Fuck yeah.
Yes, you fucking well should.
Duh.
Yeah.
So let's go around. Before we go around for our last thing, I think it's only fair that we give our Sorgatron a little say. I mean, a little time here. Go to PittsburghWrestling.com for all your DVD needs. For the IWC, for RWA, for your VOW. January Jackpot, I heard, is a really good show. Reloaded, I was there. Tommy Dreamer, Colin Delaney, who was on the Indie Mayhem show. Most friends of the show that we have are actually on the main banner for this one. Also, Johnny Gargano started his career in the Pittsburgh, Cleveland area. He has a DVD out from Prime. You guys, if you want to see good wrestling, see Johnny Gargano wrestle. That man is amazing.
I hear he's
Also,
the whole shebang.
Chris,
He's
something real quick.
yeah,
If it's
yes.
for sword, it's pronounced Pittsburgh Wrestling.
Bam,
Wrestling.
bam. And also, we can't forget about the awesome interviews that our friend Joe Dombrowski has done with the Montreal Theory and the AJ Styles, the missing matches. If you like wrestling, go to Pittsburgh. Say it again, man. Say it again, please. Pittsburgh.
Wrestling.
.com for everything you need. Now, with that little short plug going on there, let's do the round table here. Mad Mike, who wins?
Oh, SmackDown. Far and away. No,
We're all
NXT won. Actually, the second hour of NXT, the Lucha Underground was a very close second to that, though.
Eamon.
I kind of have to go with NXT, but honorable mention to Lucha Underground, which was a really good show, and it's been consistently doing great stuff.
I like how we're doing honorable mentions when there's 3 shows.
And fuck SmackDown.
The fuck.
The fuck. Matt Carlins.
I will have to go with NXT Takeover Rival, and I would like to encourage everyone who is watching and loving and just going crazy and tearing their clothes off every time there's an NXT special on.
Guys,
Please
me.
appreciate and enjoy, cherish this, because I'm afraid I've got some bad news. Someday there will be an NXT special that doesn't do it for you, and I pray to God it's a long ways away. So just enjoy this. This has been an incredible run, and I can't wait for the next special. Please let this continue as long as possible.
Victoria Garza.
As a Mexican who was crying out like a little girl in a Justin Bieber concert when Tejano Jr. attacked Alberto Del Rio, I'm actually gonna go for Lucha Underground.
All right,
Okay.
respectable. I thought we were gonna have our first unanimous decision.
Yeah. Honorable mention for NXT, I guess.
Yeah, guys. I did Kermit arms the entire night.
You were wacky
just
waving
up in the
inflatable
air,
arm flailing tube, man.
Just
Oh,
waving during the entire card. I had to mute myself
You did.
because these guys were so far behind of me. I don't want to spoil it for them.
Yeah, we were 24 seconds behind him, and he couldn't contain himself.
I couldn't. So NXT. Honorable mention Lucha Underground now. Anyways, Mad Mike, you are at Mad Mike 4883 on the tweets, on the twit box. You are also at the Rambling Movie Minute every 5 o'clock on Tuesday.
Every Tuesday,
Every
at
Tuesday
around
at
5:30.
5:30. You are also promoting Panel Ride again. And we also have Mr. Matt Carlins. Matt Carlins, you're at Matt Carlins or at Mainstream Matt with 1 T.
That's right. Mainstream
And
Matt
also-
if you love wrestling, and Matt Carlins if you hate wrestling.
If you hate wrestling, why are you watching us? But you also do a blog called
Yes.
Mainstream Matt with 1 T .blogspot.com, which, by the way, I looked up Mainstream Matt with 1 T .blogspot.com. It's not taken yet.
That's
So
weird.
somebody has to make that.
Oh, okay. Get on that.
Like, actually, just spell it out. Eamon. Eamon,
yes.
you do an interview show right after the main show on live at SorgatronMedia.com, whenever that may be.
Whenever it may be.
In the Mayhem show.
I know it's after the Mayhem show.
We had a very special guest.
We did. We had Colin Delaney of WWE ECW fame on this week.
What did Great Khali smell like?
If you want to find out, listen to our interview with Colin Delaney.
Riz, curry.
Curry and sadness.
That's racist. Also, just a quick plug, if you're in the Austin, Texas area, Inspire Pro Wrestling this weekend. You should go.
Yeah, Inspire Pro Wrestling. Thank you, Eamon.
And send me one of those Inspire T-shirts. They're pretty cool.
Yeah. They're not too shabby. You would get them before I do though, because I don't have one right now. But
why don't you have one of your own T-shirt?
I don't know, but it's okay.
Also, Antonio Garza, Mr. Patreon supporter. By the way, go to patreon.com and search Wrestling Mayhem Show to be a Patreon supporter yourself, or just hit that link on the Wrestling Mayhem Show page. I think we still have a little link on there somewhere around there. You are at the Wrestling Revolution, or no, at the W Revolution on the Twitter,
or dwrestlingrevolution.com.
Oh God, that's
today
so
I
hard to remember.
my review on New Japan Pro Wrestling's New Beginning show in Osaka, so go and read that.
Mm-hmm. That was a good show too. Damn it. There's a lot of good shows. You can follow me at the Riz the Ease for excellent wrestling that we saw today and yesterday, and besides SmackDown. But I'm also on itsyourquintabegin.com. I'm gonna post probably I'm gonna surprise you guys. I'm gonna post two reviews tomorrow. I'm saying it right now, so it's on paper, on tape. By the way, tomorrow is Friday, the 13th. So, with that being said, and that's at insertquintabegin.com. If I didn't mention that, for myself, for Eamon to please, for Mad Mike 4883759, for Matt Carlins, for Antonio Garza. Thank you, y'all, for joining us this week on the
Midweek War.
See, you kept on going because you thought I was going to stop you there. But